All right, we'll go with this. Oh, how's your morning? Again. It's cold in this room, but I'm scared to turn on the heater. So I'm drinking coffee. This is a second floor bonus room, so as soon as you turn on the heat, like it's gonna completely take over this room. So, good morning again, everybody. Good morning, Evan. Good morning, even supposing. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, Red Hen. Actually, I think I probably do need to do that because I was using the Logitech to record a video Tuesday, but then I streamed afterwards. There's one more thing I want to kill here. Let me see if I can kill this. Yeah. So there's this app called Voice Mod that's running on here. It's taking over my audio configuration. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. So I can do that afterwards. We'll deal with that later. So I got here like 5 minutes before 10 and have just been like trying to get this going. And of course whenever you try to rush through to get something going, it's not going to go well, right? It's just how it's going to work. So we're all fine and dandy now. So I learned something at the vet this morning. So let's have a pet talk real quick. So Toby was good. It was his annual checkup, and I took him this time. So he had to get his shots, and just get poked and prodded, and he did fine. So I get the receipt, I get home, and my wife said, "How did Toby do?" And I said, "Oh, he did great. The doctor said, he's just fine. Nothing going on with him." And then I start looking at the it's like 3 sheets from the test results. And I'm reading like, "Oh, this is fine, this is fine." And then there's one where is it? There's one called body condition 5 out of 9. Out of a scale of 9, 5 out of 9. I'm like, wait a minute, body condition 5 out of 9. Like, have you seen Toby? Have you seen Toby's pictures? He is perfect condition. So I'm like, what is this 5 out of 9? And my wife's like, what is this? I'm gonna look this up on the internet. Turns out that's like your body mass, like our body mass index, to where 5 out of 9 is the middle perfect range of weight to body ratio. So 1 out of 9 would be too skinny, 9 out of 9 would be too fat for like the pet. So he was like 5 out of 9, and I was screaming at it because I didn't know what that meant. And I'm like, they didn't say anything. Why is he 5 out of 9? He should be 9 out of 9 clearly. I mean, look at him. This is a 9 out of 9 dog. So yeah, so 5 out of 9 turns out to be the perfect number. Who knew? I learned something today at the vet. So yeah, so Toby is a perfect 5 out of 9. So there you go. So if you have anything today that's like a perfect score, you can call it a 5 out of 9 because apparently that's how pets work. So also at the vet, there was I didn't get to see them, but someone brought in a wagon full of lab puppies. I heard the number 11 being thrown around. That seems a little high to me for the number of puppies, but they were in the next room. They were very quiet. There was an oh my god, this one's 9 pounds already. But they referred to them all as colors. So there were so many of these lab puppies that, number one, they brought them in a wagon, and number two, when they got them in, they had to label them all different colors so they knew which ones they were testing. Right. So, all right, bring me red, green, blue, yellow, purple. Like, it was hilarious. And then the final vet story of the day was we're waiting out front to check out, and there's a guy there with his cat that's going in. And there's another guy that is, just hanging out, and they come out to talk to him. And they say, "Is he around back?" And the guy's like, "Yeah." So I'm like, oh, here we go. So like we're in a rural-ish area. And so, this is a vet center with like 3 or 4 vets, and one of them is the farm vet, right? he or she, I forget if it's a male or female. There's our Toby's vet's female, so I don't know what this other doctor is. That's the farm vet, but they go out and to the farms and do all that stuff. Well, we go outside and I'm expecting to see a horse, but it was a goat out back. So we had lab puppies and goats at the vet today, because that's how we roll in Macon, Georgia. Toby thoroughly enjoyed the vet, so so it was been a morning, and yeah, it's been good. So Jesse, I didn't get to see your 50th pin. Can you link that in the chat? Jonathan is actively working on my Rod and Lamy Safari. He is very happy with the progress so far. Just kidding. Jonathan and I talked yesterday after that. I knew he had seen that picture of that Lamy. There was no way someone hadn't sent him that, so that was perfect. That was something else. Like, I expected weird things for the Safari. I did not expect that level of rod and work on the Safari. Link it. I've said this 1,000 times and I'll never do it. I need to go clean up my Instagram follows so I can actually see the things that y'all talk about. I've been way too liberal in Instagram follows and the way the algorithm works now. Holy cow. Yeah, I did not see that. That looks amazing. That is wild. Dang. That's cool. Congrats, Jesse. I love it. Ninja rodding. Yeah, so like my Instagram, like I think you're on here, you know how to get in touch with me pretty easily. Twitter's your number one option, then email. If you ever send me an Instagram message, it may not ever be answered. Like, Instagram messages are like a black hole for me because it's just such a poor interface. But if I go into my account, I'm following 3,111 people on Instagram. And there's probably a bunch of accounts that I don't need to follow over the years. So I need to go through so I'm actually seeing things like this post from Franklin Christoph. I follow Franklin Christoph. I'll never see these posts. Yeah, you didn't see the Rod and Lamy Safari. Let me see if I can pull it up for you real quick. Someone else will probably beat me to it. But this is worth talking about since Jonathan's here. And I really don't have any topics to discuss today, so we can talk about anything y'all want to talk about. Let me bring that up. Because I'm assuming Mike put it in the show notes. Yep. Got it right here. Auto Trader ads. That's a new one. Yeah, Groovy Times. Like, I'm particular with my Twitter feed because I'm in there more than Instagram. So my follows on Twitter range from like 400 to 600. Like, that's my range. Sometimes I get like following too many people, then I'll go and knock it back down. With Instagram, I never did that. I never managed it. So there's a bunch of stuff in there that's pushing out the stuff that I really want to and should be seeing. So that's been kind of dumb. So, I'll just have to fix that. Yeah, so let me pull this up on... I don't know why I just linked it. I should pull it up on here. Even though I don't know if I can get a big enough picture on here. We'll see what I can do. All right. Yeah, they left that in there, I guess, so they can code it properly. Oh, did they? It looks like they repainted the Lamy name. I want to get a bigger picture of this. So let's see if I can find... Oh, this isn't what I want. I'm used to Safari's page source. Yeah, I don't know the the Google Chrome tools. So if you go on Safari and view page source, it'll slot the images in a folder, and then you can embiggen them. This, I can find them in the page, probably here. No, those are icons. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. Anyway, It looks like the clip and cap have been done. Arushi, right, Jonathan? It looks like the clip and cap have been recoated. The cap definitely looks like it. But then the Lamy name, maybe that could just be temporary too. Because I'm sure they will clean that up. If you spent that much time and money getting this, thank you, Michael. If you spend that much time and money, although it does look in this picture, it looks kind of like it's sprinkled with something. Like this looks like it has a texture in the wording here. But regardless, I mean, what do you expect this to look like? It's a Lamy Safari, right? I think it's cool that they left the name. Silver powder, is that what it looks like to you? I buy that. But you can tell in the ink window, like it's all lacquered around there as well. I think it looks fantastic. Yes, so that's what I was getting at, Mr. Rocktober. This is so ridiculous that you want the Lamy name to be on there, which I didn't even think about when Jonathan and I have talked about this. Like, Jonathan, I don't care whether the name's on there or not, but it's so just absurd. You want that name to show off on there like that. Beanie Duck, thanks for the sub. I appreciate you. So here's the sound that I'm not getting now. Y'all probably didn't get that either. So the sub. Beanie Duck, you're awesome. I really, really appreciate that. I got to get my GIF in for the subs. I'm going to do the Safaris will have the name. Nice. I need to do the Sherry. You heard the sub sound? Okay. It's totally me. I'm going to uninstall this one app that I think is causing the problem with that. So I won't have to deal with it anymore. So as long as you can hear my mic and I see those pop up, it's good. But I'm going to get the All-Star. Yeah, it's not even recessed at all. I figured if I had to guess, I figured that I would have guessed that was you. Thanks, Lindsay. You're the best. You're awesome. So yeah, y'all go subscribe to Ducks Doodles blog. I share her posts whenever she posts, but she doesn't post enough, so get on that, Lindsay. Just kidding. Oh yeah, no. We only do it's 2 beeps for a changeup or a curveball and no beeps for a fastball. So, yeah. We gotta talk about the Astros stuff. Then we'll get back to the Lamy. That's egregious. The videos that I've been watching about that, and I'm actually listening to Effectively Wild this morning on the way over here where they're discussing it. That's my favorite podcast on the planet, by the way, if you're a baseball person. That's the only podcast that I don't miss an episode of. The videos are egregious. The one where Danny Farquhar figures it out is amazing. It's amazing that didn't get caught before. And like the podcast is called Effectively Wild. Yeah, Lindsay. The thing is, I guarantee every team does that. Guaranteed 100%. I don't think anyone doubts the fact that every single team is trying to do something like that. But they just happen to get it's it's pretty telling. The videos are pretty amazing. I'm surprised. I'm sure it was caught sooner, but now it's coming out. So anyway, enough baseball talk, at least for this minute. But yeah, pretty great, right? How do Aurelius, I'm gonna put you on the tardy list. Aurelius tardy on Thursday. So you're tardy. No. So Jonathan, answer me this. These rodden strips, how do they work to be this long? Do you have that bit of insight? And what shells get used for this technique? So this was an AMA for me, except I'm asking Jonathan all the questions. Even supposing you're totally right. And like I said, I don't look down on the Astros because they did this and got caught. I look at just the spectacle of it as outrageous in the totality of it. You can buy it that way. Okay, so do you buy actually partial strips and things like that? Yeah, see, that looks awesome. I wish, what's the guy that does Hakumen Urushi Kobo? What's his name? I've met him. Ernest Shin. He's just not taking any additional work. I've tried to get him to do a pin for me when I met him in person, and he wouldn't take it. So it's just, yeah, Ernest's works is awesome. I wonder if he has the picture of the one I've tried to buy. I've tried to buy one off of I forget who had it. I don't know if it was one of Ernest's personal ones, or I guess it's in this one. No. I don't know if it was Ernest's personal one, but it was definitely it was this style, but in a green, like a lime green chartreuse colorway. So I don't know who has that one. That's what I want. There's not a picture of it on here. I don't know if Thomas owns it, or if it was one of Ernest's personal pens. Well, Lay has a little bit different cachet than I do as far as that goes, of being able to buy the personal pins of the artist. She's got that monopolized pretty well. So there was one that's green and yellow that was drop dead gorgeous. But I mean, I don't know if Ernest is ever going to do anything anymore or what. But so the short version is, from what Jonathan just said, you can buy the shell in this configuration. So are you buying individual strips? You're not cutting, like the cutting of this is the challenge, right? You wouldn't want to ever do that. You want it pre-configured if you're going to do something long like this, I assume. And is this always abalone, or is this a different shell, or does it matter like what the shell is? Is it always abalone? Like, these are the things I don't know. Yeah, Jonathan just texted me a picture. Good God. Can I show this picture? I don't think it's any kind of secret thing. But what I want to know is where this comes from. Is this natural or man-made? Right? So Jonathan just texted me this picture of the strips. I'm not on a Mac here, or I also had like airdrop it to the computer so you could see it larger. Let's see if I can get that in there. But that's like what all the strips of the shell look like. You can't see the coloration in them, but that's like a lot of ships. It's a real shell, but laminated and cut in strips. So I'm gonna stay on this. So by real shell, is there a shell type? Like, I understand that it's texturally shell, right? So the lamination gives it the sturdiness, I take it. Tony, I'm gonna ban you. Abalone, mother of pearl. Okay, that's what I was figuring. The minutia of all this is just fascinating. How do you get it to go down straight? Because the pins aren't always flat. Clam clamps. I'm gonna kill y'all. Hit pray, right? This is what I needed today, y'all. Oh my god. I had a day yesterday. Sheesh. Yeah, anxiety's a biatch sometimes. I'll tell you what. It is cold in this room. Clam roller. I like that. Well, okay, this could get sideways pretty quick. Alright, so, yeah. Pretty great. Pretty great stuff. Yeah, so does anyone know the person behind the Twitter account, the Instagram account? What is it? I already forgot the account. I already closed it. Where is it? Mart JP, which again, this is someone I follow. This goes back to the discussion about I follow too many people on Instagram to see everything that comes by my screen. But look at this. This is a Kakuno that's getting lacquered. Yeah, I don't know. In Slack, they were probably talking about Bocamundo, who does she does like a lot of those Pelican Arushi and lacquer pens. I mean, she does a lot of different ones, but I always notice the Pelican ones. That is Bocamundo. This person I do not know. Or is this a whole thing? Are those all Kakuno parts? Those look like Kakuno parts. That's hilarious. Like, I don't know. Y'all know what I feel about the Japanese art and artwork. It just fascinates me. So yeah, there's the number 50 size nib on the left. That's in the they have those in the Emperor. I get to see one of those. So the nib in my pen is a 10. So it's smaller than the one on the right. The one on the right in this picture is a 20. The one on the left is a 50. The one in these is a 10. I bet you probably have a whole tray of just practice coatings just to see how things react and work. I would imagine so. It's like a little lab. Look at these nibs. Is this a regalia nib? I was gonna say regalia labs nib. Yeah, but if I went from 3,000 to 1,500, my algorithm would be a lot better, right? It'd be more refined. So yes, I use Instagram less and less because of the I'm not seeing the algorithm. It's bad. It was a bad idea. It was always a bad idea. Oh, so yeah, now that's weird. That's bothersome. So even if you do narrow it down, it's still going to favor what could be a post from 2 days ago, right? That's true. Like, it still wouldn't be accurate. It still wouldn't be current. I would have a tougher time. All right, so one of the things I need to do today, I seriously have to get some work done today. There's going to be no Goose Game after this today, chat, unfortunately. But the way next week is looking, we should have some Goose Game time because I don't have a lot of plans as long as I can get my work done. I still haven't booked the Philly Show hotel, and I'm going to go do that right now while we're talking. So, hooray, Philly Pen Show. That sucks, Sarah. Like, it's bothersome. It's bothersome. Dude, the Gold Spot does such a great job. So Tom Otto, who a lot of y'all know from Ink Journal and from, oh no, did Morrissey do something bad again? I saw Merlin's doll parts tweet storm yesterday. Let me look. I got Twitter up right here. Okay, before I get into that. Oh, the Lamis are nearly finished. That's crazy. So Tom actually puts together the catalog. That's how he originally got hired to Goldspot, was doing those like advertising and catalog layouts. That was his original job. I'll have to go check it. It's not this morning. Plus he's on the West Coast. He's probably just getting up. But I will look at that because I love Merlin, of course. Or you can send me the link to the top thread of it because I would like to see that. All right. Philly Pin Show. I'm not putting this on screen so y'all don't get to see my credit card information and crap like that. All right, so Philly Pin Show is January 17th, 18th, and 19th. I am not going to bring knock. I'm going to go to a pin show for the first time in 5, 6, 7 years. All right, cool. I'm going to bring this up just so I can, I don't know, maybe I'll... Oh, God, an admittedly U.S.-centric take on the Morrissey problem. Okay, this is a long thread. I'm going to save that because... Oh, awesome, Lindsay. I can't wait to meet you in person. Yeah, what are the odds on bad weather, right? It's got to be like 80% chance of snow, just like that weekend, right? In advance, it's always bad weather. Lisa has the bruises to prove it. Tony will run the knock table. Tony is, I hate giving Tony credit publicly. He did a great job helping me in Baltimore. He did a great job. But I will not be bringing the knock table. I want to attend a pin show and see what it's like. All right, so I'm going to go book my room. So I should probably tell Scott I'm going just to see if he needs help with anything. I might actually have to turn on the heat today, which is going to be a mistake. Scott will say, ask Eric. Okay, I'll email Eric. Morrissey stole my psyche. Man, I was the... I'll be frigid. Yeah, I'm actually a little bit chilly. All right, so... LA born and bred and afraid of weather. I do not blame you for that. Like, I'm not afraid of weather, but I get not wanting to go do that. I've been around Lisa Van Ness enough to where if it drops below 60, I feel like I might have to take her to the ER. So I definitely understand that fact. All right, so we need to come in Thursday and leave. So here's the thing. So I always, if I'm working the show, I'll always come in Thursday night or Thursday afternoon and leave Monday morning. Should I try to leave Sunday? If I'm just attending the show, come in Thursday. I still want to be there all day Friday, all day Saturday. Should I leave Sunday? Because I always stay Sunday nights because that's when I write the member newsletter pin show recaps. So I don't mind staying in the hotel and spending the hours that I take to do that. But it's such a benefit to be able to leave Sunday. I think I'm going to leave Sunday. Yeah, the only reason I say stay would be to work. And I can work on the plane and get home and still get my workout by Sunday night. Like, otherwise, I'd always leave Sunday nights. Even if I worked, I'd even just leave late. But I always just book out that 4 hours or so at night just to work. Busy flying out Sunday night. Yeah, I would actually fly out in the afternoon just to give me time to work. I'm going to leave Sunday. Plus, that saves a hotel night. What is going on here? All right. Arrive Thursday. Leave Sunday. Thursday to Sunday. Yeah, Baltimore's not too far after. That's the next one I'm gonna book. I'm not gonna book that today. So that's a pretty good rate on the rooms, 129 a night. That's pretty good. Do you want me to get a double room just in case? I don't care. I'll split the room with somebody. Should I get a double room just for backup? I'll get a double room just for backup. Because I don't care. Yeah, so with the taxes in total and everything.